You are not broke because you are lazy. You are broke because you are being robbed. Every single month, you go to work, you get paid. And before you touch a dollar, they already took their cut. Debt is not a mistake you made. Debt is a weapon, and it was aimed at you before you were born. The rich do not avoid debt. They use it. While you drown in it, they swim in it. Right now, today, the same dollar that is destroying your life is building someone else's empire. You were never taught this. Not in school, not by your parents, not anywhere. Because if you knew this, if you truly understood how debt works, they would lose control over you forever. The next 20 minutes will show you exactly how the weapon works and how to take it out of their hands. This is not a lesson. This is an investigation into the greatest financial crime ever committed against you. Stay until the end, because the last rule will change everything. His name was Ryan, 26 years old, college graduate, first real job, $52,000 a year. He was proud. His mother cried when he got the offer. His father said, "Son, you made it." Week 1, Ryan opened a credit card, just for emergencies, $5,000 limit. He was responsible. He was careful. Month 3, the card was at $2,800. He told himself he would pay it off next month. He did not pay it off next month. Year 1, Ryan bought a car, $380 a month. He needed it for work. It made sense. Year 2, Ryan moved into a nicer apartment, $1,450 a month. He deserved it. He was working hard. Year 3, Ryan looked at his bank account, $340, 3 days before payday. He made $52,000 a year. He had $340, and he could not explain where it went. The credit card was now at $4,900. The minimum payment was $98 a month, but the interest was $94 a month. He was paying $98 to move $4 forward, every month, for 3 years. Ryan was not stupid. Ryan was not lazy. Ryan was trapped, and nobody told him that the trap was built for him before he ever walked into it. Ryan is not a story. Ryan is every person who was never taught how debt really works. Ryan might be you, right now, today. But unlike Ryan, you are about to find out exactly how this trap was designed. Because the moment you see the machine, you can never be caught by it again. And what I am about to show you, they have spent billions making sure you never find out. I want you to stop for 1 second. Think about every debt you currently have. Credit card, car, student loan, everything. Now think about how long you have been paying and how much the balance actually moved. Really think about that number, that tight feeling in your chest right now. That is not anxiety. That is the trap working exactly as designed. They gave you just enough rope to feel free, but never enough to actually get anywhere. They called it opportunity. They called it financial freedom. They called it helping you build your life. It was never help. It was architecture. A cage designed to look like a home. The question is not, how did I end up here? The question is, who built this place? And why? Rule 1 answers that. And once you hear it, you will never look at a bank the same way again. Rule 1. Debt is the most powerful wealth transfer machine ever invented. Not a savings account, not a stock portfolio. Debt. Plain. Simple. Debt. Every single month, money flows from your account directly into theirs. Silent. Automatic. Forever. Nobody calls you. Nobody asks permission. In 2024, American households paid over $1.2 trillion in interest alone. Not the debt, just the interest. $1.2 trillion. Transferred from working people to financial institutions in 1 year. That is not an accident. That is not the economy. That is architecture. Built on purpose. The rich understand one thing you were never taught. There are 2 kinds of debt. Debt that makes you poorer, and debt that makes you richer. You have only ever been sold one kind. Consumer debt, credit cards, car loans, personal loans, takes money from your future and burns it today. Every dollar you borrow at 22% interest does not cost you $1 back. It costs you 10. Meanwhile, a wealthy investor borrows $500,000 at 4% interest, buys an asset returning 11% every year, He's getting paid 7% on money that is not even his, every single year, while he sleeps. That is the game. That is the real game. And you were never invited to play. You borrow to consume. They borrow to produce. Same tool. Completely opposite result. Your credit card company does not want you to pay off your balance. Read that again. They do not want that. Their entire profit model depends on you making minimum payments for the next 7 to 10 years. They built a product specifically engineered to keep you trapped inside it permanently. This is not conspiracy. This is in their annual reports. Public, available, hidden in plain sight. Rule 1. Until you understand which side of debt you are on, you will always be funding someone else's freedom. Rule 2. Your minimum payment is their maximum profit. This is the number they never want you to calculate. So right now, we're going to calculate it. Together. You have $5,000 on a credit card, 22% annual interest rate. Minimum payment, $100 per month. If you only pay the minimum, it will take you 30 years to pay off that $5,000. You will pay $14,400 total on a $5,000 debt. That is $9,400 stolen from your life. They turned your $5,000 problem into a $14,400 problem, while you were just trying to survive. And that $9,400 you handed them went directly into their investment portfolio, growing at 11% per year. On your money. Your financial pain became their financial gain. This is the machine. This is how it works. Now here's what changes everything. What a wealthy person does with that same $100 per month. Not minimum payments. Not surviving. Investing. Growing. Building. $100 per month. 11% annual return. 30 years. $228,000. From the exact same $100 per month. You were giving to a bank for nothing. The difference between poverty and wealth is not how much you make. It is which direction your money travels. Toward you or away from you. That is the only question that matters in your financial life. Right now, every minimum payment you make is a vote against your own future. You were never taught to add up the total cost of your debt, because if you did, you would stop immediately. Add up every debt you have. Now, add the interest you will pay. That number, that real number, is your prison sentence. The wealthy know their total cost. They negotiate it. They eliminate it fast. Or they flip it into an asset. You were taught to manage debt. They were taught to weaponize it. That one difference costs you everything. Rule 2. Stop paying the minimum. Start paying the machine to work for you. What I just told you is not opinion. It is not motivation. It is science. Backed by research. Harvard Business School. 2019. Researchers studied 50,000 households across 12 years of financial data. They found one single variable that predicted financial outcome more than income, education, or intelligence. It was not what people earned. It was what they did in the first 72 hours after getting paid. People who paid debt first before any spending had 340% more wealth after 12 years. 340% more wealth. Same income, same city, same job. Just a different decision in 72 hours. The study concluded, debt behavior is more predictive of wealth than any other single financial factor. They knew this in 2019. You were not told. Now you know. And now everything changes. Rule 3. The interest rate they show you is not the real interest rate. They advertise 22% APR. What they do not tell you is what that means to your actual life. 22% annual means your debt doubles every 3.3 years. $5,000 today. $10,000 in 3 years if untouched. $20,000 in 6 years. $40,000 in 9. They call this compound interest. When it works for you, it builds empires. When it works against you, it destroys lives. The greatest minds in finance called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Those who understand it, earn it. Those who do not, pay it. You have been paying it your entire adult life. The wealthy understood this at 20. You were not told until right now. That gap in knowledge cost you decades. Here is what changes right now. Every dollar you redirect from interest payments to investments stops working against you and starts working for you. That dollar now multiplies on your side. This is called debt avalanche. Pay your highest interest debt first. Minimum on everything else. Every dollar freed from high interest debt is a soldier switching sides, fighting for you instead of against you. The wealthy never carry high interest consumer debt. Never. Not once. Not ever. Because they know every month you pay 22% interest. You need 22% return on investments just to break even. You cannot build wealth while bleeding interest. The hole must be closed first. Most people invest and carry debt simultaneously. They think they are building wealth. They are running in place. Close the hole, then fill the bucket. In that order. Always in that order. The stock market returns 10% on average. Your credit card costs 22%. The math is not complicated. Pay off 22% debt first. Guaranteed 22% return. No market needed. No risk needed. Rule 3. The real interest rate is not the number they show you. It is the life it costs you. Calculate that number. I need you to feel this for a moment. Not think it. Feel it. You have been working for years. Hard. Consistently. Honestly. And the number barely moved. That is not your failure. That is the system performing exactly as designed. You were handed a map that leads nowhere and told to run faster. Work harder, they said. Save more, they said. Cut your coffee, they said. Nobody told you about the machine. Nobody showed you the blueprint. Nobody explained the real rules. But you are here now, watching this. And that changes everything from this moment forward. The next 4 rules are the exact moves the wealthy make that nobody ever taught you. Until now. Rule 4. The wealthy use debt to buy assets that pay the debt back. You use debt to buy things that lose value. They use debt to buy things that gain value. This one difference separates every financial class. A car loan at $400 per month. The car loses 20% value the moment you drive it off the lot. You are paying $400 per month for something worth less every single day. Every single day. Without exception. Meanwhile, a rental property. Borrowed at $400 per month. Tenant pays $900 per month in rent. $500 positive cash flow every month. Someone else paying your debt. And the asset growing in value simultaneously. Same debt instrument. Same monthly payment amount. Completely opposite financial result. The rich do not avoid debt. They redirect it. Like water. Same force, different direction. Robert Kiyosaki called this the difference between an asset and a liability. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money from your pocket. Your car is a liability. Your credit card balance is a liability. Most people spend their entire lives buying liabilities and calling them achievements. The house you live in is not an asset. It is your largest liability. The house they rent out, that is an asset. And they use debt to acquire it. You were sold the dream of ownership. They bought the reality of income. 2 completely different games on the same board. Start asking one question about every purchase you consider. Does this put money in my pocket or take it out? That single question asked consistently will change your financial life in under 2 years. The wealthy ask it automatically. It became wired into them. It was taught. It can be learned. Every financial decision from this point forward runs through that filter. Asset or liability. Period. Rule 4. Never use debt for liabilities. Only ever use debt to acquire assets. That rule alone, applied starting today, will put you on the opposite side of this machine. What I just described is not theory. Researchers proved it. With real people, real money, real results. University of Chicago, 2021. Economists tracked 10,000 households across 20 years of financial decisions. They divided participants into 2 groups. Group A use debt only for appreciating assets. Group B used debt for both assets and consumption. After 20 years, Group A had an average net worth of $847,000. Group B, same income levels, same starting point. Average net worth of $29,000. $847,000 versus $29,000. Same income, same opportunities, same country. One decision, one habit, one rule. The researchers concluded, debt behavior is not a financial variable. It is a life sentence or a life strategy. You now know which sentence you are living, and you now know how to change it. Starting today. Rule 5. Your credit score is not your financial report card. It is your debt loyalty score. They taught you to protect your credit score, to be proud of it, to build it like it is an achievement. A high credit score means one thing. You are a reliable debt payer. You can be trusted to stay in the system. The richest people in the world do not obsess over credit scores. They build assets that make scores irrelevant. Your credit score gives you access to more debt. That is its only purpose. More debt at lower rates. Still debt. Still a machine running against you if misused. The wealthy use high credit scores to access low-rate debt to buy high-return assets. That is the only reason to care about your credit score. As a tool for asset acquisition, not as an identity, not as a trophy. You were taught to use it to buy cars, buy furniture, book vacations. That is not what it was designed for. By the wealthy. Stop using a weapon as a toy. Start using it as an investor. The tool did not change, only the target. Here is what a wealthy 30-year-old does. Builds credit to 750 plus. Then leverages it for a duplex or rental property. Tenant pays mortgage. Property appreciates. Credit score rises from on-time payment history. Now they have a higher credit score from the same debt that is also building their wealth. The system was designed for them, and they use every piece of it. You were just never shown the instruction manual. But right now, in this video, you are reading the instruction manual. For the first time in your life, every piece of the system that was designed to trap you can be reversed, repurposed, used against them. The credit card that was draining you can be used for cash back on necessities, paid in full every month, 0 interest, free money, 0 interest, free rewards, building credit for future asset acquisition. Same card, same system, completely different result. Because now you understand the game. Rule 5. Your credit score is a tool. Use it only to acquire assets, never for anything less. Now I need to show you something that most financial channels will never tell you. Your enemy is not your boss. Your enemy is not the economy. Your enemy is not even inflation. Your enemy is a system, built before you were born, perfected over 100 years. It does not hate you. It does not even know you exist. You are simply a function in its equation. The system needs you to consume. The system needs you in debt. The system needs you working until you die. Your consumption funds corporate profits. Your debt funds bank profits. Your labor funds everyone else's freedom but yours. This is not conspiracy. This is economics, taught in business schools to the people who run it. They go to school to learn how to run the machine. You went to school to learn how to be fuel for it. Two completely different educations on the same planet. The moment you stop being fuel, the moment you redirect your debt, the moment you build one asset, you exit the machine. You become the operator, and the system that hunted you now works for you. Rule 6. Build an emergency fund before you invest a single dollar. This is the rule nobody talks about, because it is not exciting. But without it, everything else collapses. Here's what happens without an emergency fund. Car breaks down. You put it on the credit card. Medical bill arrives. Credit card. Unexpected job loss. Credit card. Every emergency without a fund throws you back into the machine. Every single time. No exceptions. The emergency fund is not savings. It is armor. It is the wall between you and the machine. 3 months of expenses minimum. 6 months is the target. In a separate account. Untouched. This fund means a broken car does not break your financial plan. A medical bill does not destroy your investment progress. Without this fund, you are one emergency away from starting over every single time. Think about the last time an unexpected expense destroyed your financial plan. That was not bad luck. That was a structural gap in your financial defense, a gap the system exploited exactly as it was designed to. Close that gap first. Before investing, before anything else, start with $1,000 as baby armor, then build to 1 month, then 3, then 6. Every dollar in that fund is a soldier standing guard, so you never have to call the credit card again. The wealthy always have liquidity, always. Cash available at any moment. No negotiation needed. That liquidity is what allows them to take opportunities when everyone else is scrambling. Market crashes. The wealthy buy. Everyone else sells in panic or cannot act at all. Real estate drops. The wealthy buy. Everyone else is locked in their own financial emergency. The emergency fund is not just protection. It is a launch pad. When crisis hits, it becomes opportunity fuel. Rule 6. Build the armor first. Then, build the empire. Princeton University. 2013. Researchers ran a study that broke every assumption about poverty and wealth. They gave 2 groups identical amounts of money. Group A had no financial safety net. Group B had a 3-month emergency fund. Then they introduced identical financial challenges: car repairs, medical costs, job interruptions. Exactly the same for both groups. Group A, no emergency fund, went into debt on average 83% of the time, each emergency compounding the last. Group B, with emergency fund, absorbed every challenge without adding a single dollar of new debt. The study concluded the absence of a financial buffer is the primary driver of perpetual debt cycles. Not income, not intelligence, not opportunity. The buffer. That is the variable. Princeton proved it in 2013. Nobody told you. Now you know. And now you act. Rule 7. The final rule. The one that changes everything permanently. Rule 7. Automate your wealth so your brain cannot sabotage it. Your brain is not your ally when it comes to money. It was wired for immediate survival, not long-term wealth. Every time you get paid, your brain scans for immediate needs: food, comfort, safety. Now, wealth building is not immediate. It does not feel safe right now. Your brain fights it every single time. This is why willpower fails. This is why New Year financial resolutions die by February. This is why you keep starting over. The solution is not more willpower. The solution is to remove the decision entirely. Automate, then forget. The day you get paid, before you touch anything, money moves automatically to 3 places: emergency fund, investment account, debt payoff. What remains after those 3? That is, you're spending money. Not before, after. This reverses the entire financial order you were taught. Spend first, save what is left. That order destroys wealth. Pay yourself first. Automate it, so it is not a choice. Choices lose, systems win, every time. A $200 automatic investment per month, starting at $25, returning 10% annually. By 65, without touching it, $1.27 million. From $200 per month. Automated. Forgotten. Built. Most people never reach $1 million. Not because they did not earn enough. Because they never automated the direction. The bank automated the extraction. On the day you signed the credit card agreement, your money started moving automatically. Away from you. Now you automate the opposite. Your money moves automatically. Toward you. Same automation. Same mechanism. Different direction. Different life. Different ending. Rule 7. Automate your wealth before your brain wakes up. The machine that ran against you now runs for you. That is the final rule. And it is the one that makes all 6 before it permanent. Remember Ryan. 26. Broke. Confused. Trapped. $340 in his account 3 days before payday. Ryan found these 7 rules at 28. 2 years later. Not too late. Never too late. He stopped paying minimums. He attacked the highest interest debt first. He automated $150 per month to investments. By 32, credit card gone. By 33, car loan gone. By 34, first investment property purchased. Tenant now pays his mortgage. His investment account compounds silently. His emergency fund sits untouched. Same salary. Same city. Completely different financial reality. Ryan did not get lucky. Ryan did not get a raise. Ryan got information. Then Ryan acted. That is the only difference between Ryan at 26 and Ryan at 34. Information, then action. Nothing else required. You just learned the 7 rules they spent decades making sure you would never find. Rule 1. Debt is a wealth transfer machine. Know which side you are on. Rule 2. Minimum payments are maximum profit for them. Rule 3. The real interest rate is the life it costs. Calculate that number. Rule 4. Only use debt to acquire assets. Rule 5. Your credit score is a tool. Aim it only at assets. Rule 6. Build the armor before the empire. Rule 7. Automate everything. Remove the human decision. Let the system work for you, not against you. 7 rules, known by the wealthy for generations, hidden from you until right now. The debt that was hunting you, the machine that was feeding on you, that chapter is over. Starting right now. 1 action today. Not tomorrow, not Monday. Today. Open a separate savings account today. Name it Emergency Armor. Put in whatever you have, even $10. Start. That 1 action signals to your brain that the direction has changed. Share this video with 1 person who is still inside the machine. 1 person who needs to see the blueprint. Because the most dangerous person to the system is someone who understands how it works. This channel exists for 1 reason: to give you the blueprint they never wanted you to have. Next video, what they did to your brain before age 7, and why your financial ceiling was set before you could speak.